Can't get the window capture to work again. Yay.
Of course.
Every time. Can't get the window
It's
capture
just
to
always
work
broken.
again. Yay.
It wouldn't be a proper episode of Shenanimegans without broken capture.
Yeah, it's working.
There we go.
Alright. Close Twitter. I want to know what that notification is. Okay, it's you tweeting. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's me.
I was just like, I want to look, but if it's something weird... Knowing some people I know. Anyways, Shenanimegans, episode 9.
Yeah, here we are. Back at it again.
Back at it again. Wait, what's that full meme? It's like, back at it again at Krispy Kreme?
I have no idea. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, I am going to play this because I actually know what this is.
Okay.
So, you've never seen this video, right?
No, I don't think so.
Alright.
Back
It's
at it
originally
again
Vine.
at Krispy Kreme.
Okay, I played the Vine and I will link it to you.
Okay.
There we go.
Oh, I think I have seen this, maybe.
Yeah. Back at
Oh,
again
yeah.
at Krispy Kreme. God. So that was the best anime of this year, just so you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, it's all downhill from here.
Yeah, I mean, you don't usually you never get a sequel quite as good as Back at It Again at Krispy Kreme.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like there's a game that's like number 3 or something, or number 2, but it's actually only the only game in the series. They just named it that so people thought it was
Yeah.
like good enough to like. It's pretty amazing.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Just make the sequels now and trick people into checking it out.
Yeah, it's like the greatest miking strategy ever. Because people
Yeah.
are like, we're the first, it's like, we're going to go backwards in order. Like, you can just say that.
Yeah.
So, we actually have a lot of stuff today. Unlike last time, lots of live action stuff. Like, a lot of live action stuff.
Yeah. There's multiple things, and I don't know how much we want to go into each of these individually, because some of these don't have a whole lot to go into.
I'll throw a bit of the trailers up. We can start with the
Yeah.
first one. Live
Yeah.
action JoJo's.
Yeah.
Who loves JoJo's here? Everyone. Everyone. Also,
Everyone
hello,
loves
Necro.
JoJo.
Thank you for the pass.
Even people who've never seen JoJo love JoJo. That's just how it works.
I mean, there's all the memes.
Yeah.
So, I'm actually pretty excited for this. I think they're gonna do it pretty okay.
Yeah.
One of the things I think about this being live action, it had to be done in Japan. Like, it had to be a Japanese version of it, because the whole thing about JoJo's is it is like the Japanese, it's like a Japanese style of super Americanism. If an American company did, it'd just be American style super Americanism, and it would just be really generic.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's that mix of the cultures that makes it so unique and interesting.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how this goes. Because I don't know, this trailer doesn't. I'm not sure I'm feeling it from this trailer, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. I hope it is. 'Cause I know a lot of people really like JoJo, so it'd be good if they got something good from it. You know?
The effects look pretty interesting.
Yeah, they're like well done. JoJo is such a weird looking thing that even well done effects look crazy and weird.
I
think.
haven't gone this far in the anime, so I can't actually say if this looks really like close to story or not,
Yeah.
which is kind of an issue, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's something new for JoJo's. Everyone loves more JoJo's. You can't go wrong with more JoJo's.
Yeah, exactly.
You can, however, go wrong with live-action Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so
that's
this
also
is-
announced.
This is just an announcement so far, I think. They don't have, like, anything at all planned for it.
They've announced a lot. This does not want to load.
Yeah. Yeah, that variety link isn't very good. You use the other one instead.
Yeah,
That was
so
just the... Yeah, that was just the first one I saw when I
yeah.
found this.
So what I've actually heard about this, because I have heard some stuff, They've been talking about this a lot. It was supposed to be with Keanu Reeves. And it's supposed to be really high budget, and they're going to really work at it. But then the budget got cut.
Yeah.
And so Keanu Reeves said, if we're not doing this with the full budget, it's not going to be good enough. It's not going to be worth it. So thank you, Keanu, for actually really wanting to make this quality.
Yeah.
Because he stepped down when they said it. Unfortunately, they just get, oh, I guess we'll get Nathan Fillion instead. And it's like, Nathan Fillion is a space cowboy. Why don't we just get more Firefly? Like, we don't need live-action Cowboy Bebop. Just give us another season of Firefly, damn it.
Yeah, seriously. I don't know. Nathan Fillion would have... I don't know if he would have worked as a character in Cowboy Bebop, honestly.
I don't know if Keanu Reeves would have either. Yeah, it's like...
I don't know who you would cast for any of these parts. It's weird.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson for Chet.
Yeah, definitely.
They would definitely need to get some new actor who's actually a kid for Ed. Like...
It'll be interesting to see if anything actually comes from this.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times in Hollywood, things get announced as existing and then just nothing happens with them, so...
Yeah, I really, really hope it doesn't go through.
Yeah.
Because, like, Hollywood has fucked up every single live action they've touched in the, like, of Japanese anime. There's not a single good one. I can't trust them to start making it now. The one upside is... it could potentially get more people into watching the original, and that would be good. That's the upside, but it's like it does. There'll always be the original, so it's not like it's really destroying that. It's just like it just again, Space Cowboy Nathan Fillion, because I heard that's who's replacing Keanu. Trying to see if I can actually find that here. That's the rumors right now. But if it is, it's like, just give us more Firefly. Like...
yeah. Well... I don't know. I'm not going to trust anyone to do this properly.
Yeah. So. Just don't let M. Night Shyamalan direct, for the love of God.
Seriously. I don't think they've announced a director attached to it yet.
Chris Yost is writing the adaptation. He's the one who wrote the script for Thor: The Dark World and Thor: Ragnarok, which I'm not really liking already, because like those are really actiony, like superhero movies. Cowboy Bebop's a lot more subtle in how it works. It's like a lot of the plot is subtle, a lot of it's like style and very down to earth. It's like one-on-one gunfights and stuff. It's not like these huge wars and stuff, so I'm a little worried about that, but...
yeah. I'm looking at his IMDb, and he's got, like, Thor and Logan and Ninja Turtles and Iron Man, Avengers, a whole lot of superhero stuff. Like, almost entirely superhero stuff, actually.
Yeah. The Studio Sunrise, which animated the original series, is an executive producer, so they are going to have a say in how it shows up, which does give me some more like hope for it.
Yeah.
What I don't like is Adelstein, who is one of the other executive producers, saying, "We are excited to work with Sunrise in bringing this beloved anime to the US and global marketplace as a live-action series." Tie in the US and the global marketplace. Why did you have to bring it? Like, I just don't see a need for this to ever have had a live action. Like, I feel like there's too many studios and people who are like, they can't come up with their own plots, so they're just taking plots that already exist and are already popular and trying to rework them, and it's not working. Like, I'd much rather see just a new, like, IP, like something original that's like Space Cowboy style. It's like... Again, the last time they did that was Cowboys and Aliens, and that did not turn out well.
Oh, yeah. I heard that was pretty bad. It's just that modern Hollywood problem of no one wants to put a lot of money into something new and risky. So they just try and find whatever old stuff they can. Yeah, so we'll see. I don't think they've announced any dates at all for this. So, could be years and years before we see anything from it.
One quote that did come out of all of this, I'm really happy and excited about. The original creator of Cowboy Bebop, the director, said he has no interest in creating an animated sequel unless I thought I could do better than last time. If I feel that way, I might make more. So there's always a chance for more Cowboy Bebop in the future, too, from the original creator. I don't know how they can continue after that ending, though, unless if they like go back to before or something.
I honestly don't remember enough about it.
They can't. Yeah, they can't really do other characters in the same world. It would not work. They'd probably have to do like a prequel, but then it would just be Spike by himself, and it'd be awkward. Anyways, that's enough for that one. We've got to get through some more. We've got more. We've got live action Death Note.
Oh yeah.
Live action doesn't stop.
Yeah, this came up a while ago. Netflix announced that they're doing it.
Yeah, and I can't stand it.
Oh, it's gonna be terrible. I just know it.
They make him like some cringy teenager and like take away like his whole reasoning for why he's doing it. Here's the thing though, they're like, I'm gonna punish the criminals in jail and kill them, like all criminals. Except he's a white guy doing it in America, where the incarceration rate of people of color for the same crimes is like way higher. Like, you know that's going to like... They're not gonna touch on it at all, but it's like already, just that concept is like, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable about this. Yeah,
this isn't... Staying in America is a really weird decision. And I think this is the show where there was an interview with someone who worked on it, saying that like they cast white actors in instead of Asian actors because like, oh, it's easier to market it or something.
Oh, they said, well, we're basing it in the U.S., so why would we have Asian actors? It's like, there's still Asian people in the U.S., especially with their names. They're like, well, we're changing them. The one thing okay about kind of changing Kira is, in the original, he is half British.
Yeah.
So him being kind of British is okay. But everyone else, it's like, there's not as much of a, yeah, it's just they want to avoid the whole hiring Asian actors.
Anyway, that's a dumb thing.
The main actor looks so bad and not like some mastermind kid like Kira. He just looks like he's some crack addict. Like, I can't... Like, the way they have his makeup in the trailer, he has like the dark rings under his eyes. He looks like Peter Parker from that one movie where he has Venom and goes like all edgy. That's literally if Kira had the symbiote. That's what this movie looks like.
I was thinking he looks like a really bad cosplay of Donnie Darko.
Yeah. Like...
Apparently this is coming out August 25th. So we'll know soonish if it's terrible or not, or just how terrible it is.
Imagine if it wasn't. But like, here's the thing. Again, why do they need to make an Americanized live-action Death Note when there's already 2 live actions and the original anime? Like, it's not needed. I don't get it. They're just trying to cash in on something they know is already popular, and to me that's just lazy. That's the worst part of all these live-action remakes. To me, is it's just lazy. They're like, this is already popular, it's already proven to work, so we're just gonna copy it. It's like, just come up with your own plot. It doesn't need a 4th movie remake in America, AU, alternate universe thing. Like that, no one asked for it. It obviously wasn't necessary because like more movies are still coming out in Japan in live action. I just don't get it. There's no reason for them to be doing this except as a cash cow. And that's what I don't like, because it's like, it's the same with Cowboy Bebop. It's just a cash cow. That's all it is. They know it's popular. They want to make money. Cowboy Bebop, though, I again still give credit. The actors that did it, I actually, like, Keanu Reeves was a huge fan of the series. And that's partly why he wanted to do it, is he wanted to be, like, in that universe and stuff. And he wanted to make it work. So I give that one a lot more credit than this. Like, they wanted to make it work.
This is just, like, taking advantage of the fans. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, it's the same with Ghost in the Shell. They're like, we needed to sell. Get Scarlett Johansson. See, if they had made up some bullshit excuse, like, oh, like, I need the money, or if they're like, well, she sells. Like, if they outright said she sells, it's going to help sell it, like, it would be okay, except the fact that it comes out, well, we tried to digitally make her more Asian, but that didn't work. It's like when someone says that, it's like, you have fucked up.
It's like, oh.
Like, just hire an Asian actor if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, seriously. Ugh.
And it's like, there's plenty who are really good. Like, look at Pacific Rim. Was her name Makoto? No, that's...
I don't know.
Was it another Makoto in Pacific Rim? I can't remember her name. I know Makoto is the major, right? Makoto Kusanagi?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the major's name. I don't know about Pacific Rim.
Yeah,
I never saw it.
Oh, it's good. You need to see it.
Yeah. Oh, it's Mako Mori.
Mako Mori. It was close. It was close. Yeah. But yeah, so...
Yeah. I think we have one other live action thing that we found.
Yes, so actually this was shown to me last night, and then as you can probably see, I mean, I thought in the manga for it. So God's Will is getting a live action. I'm looking forward to. He's done a lot of other stuff like Audition, Yakuza Apocalypse Over Your Dead Body. Don't know if anyone would recognize them. A Lesson of Evil.
Yeah.
He's like the go-to, I think, from what I understand, for Japanese horror.
Yeah, I think so.
So, there's some articles that have been coming out talking about companies in Japan are finally starting to crack down on doujinshi fan goods. It's not sure if it's like one-off stuff or if it's like mass-produced or like if it's like the actual doujinshi comics, or if it's more like pins and like cups and stuff, because people do make a lot of those in kite sleeves and stuff, right? It's not always just the books. I would assume the actual book doujinshi would be fine, because those have such a large part in the manga industry. There's so many creators that started off as doujinshi artists. Like, I think Bleach's writer used to write some. I know Domin Seiman drew a lot. Like, it's just such a massive industry. It's really hard for me to see him cracking down on it and getting away with it, because people would be really angry. But yeah, Love Live Sunshine, Love Live, they're cracking down on what sounds like merchandise. Not sure how much.
Yeah.
I think fan works are probably mostly. Yeah. The official site made a public statement saying they're following up with police investigations concerning bootleg merchandise. Their focus seems to be arcade prizes, and like they do mention mail order sites and merchandise sold at events. But it sounds like it's more the merchandise and less the doujinshi, but we're not really sure for now because they've just started, so... Really not... It's really unfortunate, honestly. I know, like... things like Zines and doujinshi, I feel like those should really be allowed to go. It's just fan works. And I don't like that they're like, hey, you can't sell this, it's our IP. It's like, maybe 100 people are gonna have a copy of this. It's not gonna hurt you that much. And like, if it's a small thing that's already not selling, it's like, well, this could bring popularity. Like, I understand if it's like, oh, I'm mass producing cosplay and like plush of it. I'm making like 50 every month and selling 50 every month and taking orders and just mass producing plush of this. Like, I can understand that being a bit too far. Because it's like, they're probably trying to sell their own plush, and it's like, well, that's awkward, right? And they're not trying to sell their own fan comics. Yeah. Although there are official anthologies, so maybe they kind of are, but...
Yeah. This is that awkward situation of, like, they want to protect their IP because they have to, but then in doing so, they can really mess with fans, and that's always a bummer.
Yeah.
Hopefully the article says like maybe they're just trying to go after the people that are passing off their stuff as official. As, like, companies doing it.
It is.
So hopefully, hopefully that is what this is about. Just focusing on that stuff and not going after people at conventions and selling comics. You know.
Yeah, apparently there is a lot of bootleg merchandise.
Yeah.
I remember some articles and stuff from people who went there and found like stories where like half the merchandise was like bootleg. There was no Like
Yeah.
they'd have a ton of bootleg shirts and stuff, and it's like, so I'm assuming it's probably that, and that makes more sense. But
Yeah. Hopefully.
here's hoping
That's
that doujinshi and like fan music CDs and stuff are all safe.
Mm-hmm.
All the like, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, and then our final bit of news, which is about anime, totally, yeah, definitely about anime. There are rumors and images that saying that Voltron Season 3 is going to have an August 4th release. Which I'm super excited about because I love Voltron. Which is why I had to shove it in here, because it's the best anime. It's second best anime, Ruby is best, but...
Yeah. I think I'm finally going to start watching Voltron soon. After I finish watching Blue Gender, I think I'm going to give Voltron a shot.
Oh, that's a fun time.
Yeah. So you've talked about it so much.
It's also a lot more lighthearted, so it'll probably be good to have something lighthearted after something like Blue Gender, because that looks kind of brutal at points.
Yeah. That show. Yeah.
I still need to watch it. I'm gonna start it.
It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. I think it's rated at like a 7 on Mal, and that sounds about right. There are parts of it are really good, and parts of it aren't, but it's worth watching. I'm enjoying it.
I mean, I'm watching Schoolgirl Strikers still, which has a 5 rating, so...
Yeah.
I got past the halfway point. I watched episode 7. Plot is finally happening. There's finally plot, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. Imagine if they'd started off with plot, how amazing it could be.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, oh well.
So, has there been stuff that you've been watching other than that? And other than the book club stuff?
Just staying caught up on Yowamushi Pedal. I've been reading a decent amount of manga again, like God's Will I read. I finished Iron Blood Orphans, I mentioned that. I've been watching Bodacious Space Pirates. That's another show that finally gets into plot after like 6 or 7 episodes, but it has 26 episodes, so it kind of can make up for that, because it has to world build first and introduce the characters. So like that makes up for it a bit, but yeah, that one's really campy and not very good, but at times it's like, hey, this actually could be, and I keep watching. I'm like, I don't know if I want to keep watching. And the next episode is like, ooh, they brought some more plot in, maybe I'll keep watching. It's like, it's just barely enough to tease me through it so far.
Yeah. They give you just enough to keep you going.
Yeah, and then manga-wise, just like... Did I finish anything else besides God's Will? I don't think so. I've been staying caught up on My Ball and Tomo-chan wa Ononoko, which everyone loves Tomo-chan on iManga, or they did for a long time. There's like a good year where it's like, new chapter, yeah! It's like a daily update for Coma.
Oh.
It's fun.
That's why it's like 500 chapters in?
Yeah, because it's just like 4 panels per chapter.
Okay, I was going to say, that's a lot.
It's a web-based one, so it's like not really put into chapters either. But yeah, no, it's fun. Also, new game. I'm excited for new game season 2.
Cool.
What about you? Anything good besides Blue Gender, of course?
So other than Blue Gender, keeping up with Recreators, which is like really good. This past week's episode was really good. I like that they're not afraid to like get crazy with what's going on and really mess with everything. Like, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's been really good.
I had one gift spoiled of that. A blue girl in a school uniform, a black one, that looked kind of like a punk that's also kind of crazy. Yeah. Like, I think she, like, put her thighs around someone or something. I don't fucking know what was going on in that gift, but that was a thing. Yeah. So, the animation looked pretty, though, so I guess I'll watch it eventually.
Yeah, it's a good show. I think it's probably worth checking out, definitely. Then, other than that, just Attack on Titan, which I'm getting kind of bored of it because it's so slow.
2 filler episodes and then a backstory episode. Let's go.
Yeah, it's oh god.
It's a 12-episode season, and they threw in like 4 or 5 filler episodes. It's like, that's not good.
Yeah, seriously.
They could have stretched out other parts of the plot.
Yeah, I think with the second half of the season, I might just not watch it and then binge it all at once because it's so painful to go week to week on the show.
Well, there's only 2 episodes left, so.
No, I think they're. I thought they were gonna have a second half. Oh no, it is.
Nope,
You're right.
just 12 episodes. That's why the filler's so awful. It's like there's only 12 episodes. What are you doing?
Okay. Yeah, I thought this was another 20-something, but yeah, if it's only 12. Ugh.
Yeah, it's like, well, I don't get it. It's like, it's weird. It was so popular, and then somehow it just, like, lost its popularity and got really fucked up. Even though it had, like, so much stuff. I guess people just read ahead in the manga or something. I don't know, because, like, it's the exact opposite of what happened to Boku no Hero Academia, whereas, like, no one kind of watched it at first. They're like, it's just, like, superhero shonen, and then after the first season, people really started to get into it, and that's why the second season has like 24 episodes instead of 12 like the first.
Yeah.
Which is good, because that show is awesome. It's so good.
Yeah, I think probably part of the problem with Attack on Titan is that that first season was so popular, and then they took like 2.5 years before the second season started or something.
Well,
there was such a huge break. Like,
it sounded like a lot of that was due to some sort of like issue, and I don't know what that is, but there might be an issue behind it. But then also, what is it? God, there's so much side story stuff that the author is writing and working on has to that I think the manga's probably slowed down. Some people are saying they think it might just be like this 112 episode season as kind of like a filler season to kind of move the plot forward, just because they were trying to get more out. They wanted a 25 episode season, but because they had to keep waiting to delay for the manga or something, they're like, we should just get what we have now.
Oh yeah.
Just so they don't wait anymore, because people are like asking too much. So then they can do that and then do like a 25 or 36 episode season to finish it off eventually, which I don't know. It doesn't seem like that's what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because this is like this is the penultimate moment in the series. This is like the turning point for kind of everything that happens is in this arc. So I don't know why you'd use that in the filler arc and kind of like tone it down and put all this filler beside it. It kind of takes away from it way too much.
Yeah. I don't know. So I just looked it up, and season 1 aired in 2013, so it's actually been 4 years since the first season.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But I know Blue Exorcist did that, but they actually did it right. I feel like they said like, yeah, we're waiting so we catch up because we did a filler arc and it was bad. And they're like, we're not doing that anymore, and they like outright said that. It's like, yeah, that's more respectable than just not telling anyone and throwing out something that has a ton of filler episodes all of a sudden. It's like, okay then. Well,
maybe I guess there's probably gonna be a season 3 at some point, so we'll see what that's like in 2022.
Maybe this season honestly could just go so badly that it doesn't, and that's kind of what I'm worried about. It's like,
yeah, that might happen.
Might have just doomed it.
Yeah. Oh, it's unfortunate because that story is actually really interesting, but oh well.
Just gotta read the manga, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Also, stay away from like the high school and chibi stuff if you don't want spoilers, because I know people are being spoiled from it.
Oh yeah. I haven't looked at any of the side stuff. I've only watched 2 shows.
Well, now that it's out who the Titans are, right? So that's out. Yeah. Spoilers if you haven't seen it, but it's out. I know Cole from the fan service podcast Rooster Teeth does mentioned that he was watching Attack on Titan Junior High or whatever, and they go to like a festival at one point and they get like those Oni masks, but they're I think it's like Annie and Ryan or Bertolt, but they get get the masks of what their Titan is, and he's like, that's what spoiled it for me.
That's really dumb.
Yeah, but I mean, that's supposed to be like a silly alternate universe side story that you read after you've read the main, so it's like kind of understand that, but it's the fact that lots of people don't kind of get how that works and like read that without reading the manga because they're like, well, I don't want to get the anime ruined for me for 4 years, so I'll read this side story one that may possibly spoil it too. And it's like, but yeah.
So yeah, that's all I've been watching. I haven't It's just been those two shows and Blue Gender, which is good. So yeah, move on to book club stuff now.
Alright, book club. Starting with Clockwork Planet this week?
Yeah, I think so.
You said with Jing last week, so.
Yeah.
Clockwork Planet this week. Just like Attack on Titan, we get a filler episode. Some plot happens, but there's large portions where they just restate everything that's happened.
Yeah.
And it kind of skips ahead of it, and then like just has like flashbacks to them like announcing stuff. It's like,
And this was another episode that started off, and I thought I'd like miss something in the last episode.
Yeah,
it's like,
because they just skipped ahead, and then it's like showing the recordings and saying, "Hey, we're gonna attack this now."
Yeah, it's like, oh, Ryuzu's awake again, even though she was just starting to be fixed at the end of the last episode, and now Anchor has like a gigantic sword now instead of the cube thing. And,
oh, she summoned the sword before.
Yeah, she did. Okay.
Yeah, but
I must have missed that.
Yeah. I think I can't remember. She summons it, I think, near the end of one of their other battles, but yeah. Okay. I forgot they didn't actually show Yuzu being fixed all. She's just suddenly fixed. That's a thing.
Yeah. She's like, yep, ready to go. Let's go attack something. Like, oh, okay.
And they do the flashbacks of them deciding who to attack, but they don't show her getting fixed. Yeah, that's pretty bad. I didn't notice that. I'm glad you caught that.
And then also, like the last episode, they made such a big deal out of like, oh, we don't want Anchor to have to fight anymore because she was used as a weapon.
And now she's
like,
fighting.
Yeah, hey, by the way, could you go destroy all these robots for us? Hey, thanks.
They aren't making her turn into the other form where she just melts everything, though, so maybe that's it.
Yeah, true.
Right? Or maybe she said she wants to fight, like, because they said it's free will, you do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
But, yeah, what an episode. Half of it was the smoker guy who's now in some, like, super, like, what would be the term? Super bouncy blonde, but he's just, like, jumping around, like, half of it's him fighting in that outfit and just being, like, saying really dirty things out of her mouth, so it's like, it's all just fan service for people who want to hear, like, some woman, like, shit talk them dirtily, though, but, like, really dirty. They're like, well, people like Ryuzu, but it's not dirty enough, that's just mean, we need it dirty, let's do this. It's like, and they actually mentioned that Halter and the other guy are actually cyborgs, like, they have real brains in them. Because, like, I guess that's why his head wasn't destroyed when Anchor destroyed stuff. But, yeah, there's, like... there's, like, one point where they mention, like, hooking up a brain to an automaton. It's like, oh, so he actually does have a brain. He's just in a body, which they never really talked to him, and they always made it sound like he was just a full robot, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they never really go into it. They're just like, oh yeah, he has a brain. By the way.
Yeah, they just kind of mention it. It's like, that's a thing.
Yeah. I have a feeling they didn't think about it too much, and they're just hoping no one thinks about it too much else.
Yeah, so, like, we're gonna hook Halter his brain up to this robot, because, you know, Iron-Blooded Orphans did well, let's copy that. Because that happens in Season 1 of Iron-Blooded Orphans. The guy gets his, like, comatose brain hooked up to a robot. But yeah, so it's like, she's like, I've got to do it, I have 30 seconds, and she's calculating and stuff, and then she can suddenly see stuff that's not even in front of her, like she can see this random cannon firing, and she's like, she can see time and space around her all of a sudden, like, it's like, lay off the spice, fam, like...
Yeah, this was...
Jesus.
Bizarre.
I can see the future, like, calm down, you're just high, get off the spice. Get off the spice. I hope people get that reference, but...
Yeah.
If you like sci-fi, you will. Anyways, so... Yeah, battle ends. They do a few recap backwards points of, like... Hey, we're gonna take over this now, because... They don't really explain why. It controls this. There's an empress who lives here, or someone. And then all of a sudden they've taken over and it skips half of it and we now have the Empress and we're like just doing our work and no one's trying to save the Empress because why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I feel like they maybe have realized they're running out of time in the series, so they're like, oh, we really gotta get moving here.
Even if they did, nothing still happened this episode. Like, I would have much rather seen them taking over and grabbing the princess or Empress rather than her and Mary talking about, so he can hear robots? It's like, he can? I didn't know that. I've been watching these past 10 episodes and I had no idea. He's weird and likes automatons and can hear things. Who knew? I'm so surprised. Thanks for this great plot point that like dragged on for like 7 minutes. I'm like, it was so unnecessary and fillery is bad. This episode though, we did get a lot of really good lines from Ryuzu. I need to memorize that one about how her lap is like a national treasure, so I can say that because that one was perfect. That was such a good line.
Oh yeah, she's like, even the gods are envious of the treasure that is my lap.
Yeah, it's something like that. It was good. It was good.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so nothing happens for the second half. They just talk a lot. They do reveal their plan finally, though. They're going to heat up the magnetized void to 2,000 degrees. It's like, we can do that from here. It's like, then why is like magnetization even an issue if you can just fix it easily? Like, this is questionable.
Yeah. I don't know. This show. Ugh. We're almost done.
Almost. 2 more episodes.
2 more.
Hopefully something interesting happens with Naoto to fix that character a bit, because God, I still hate him with a passion.
He is still the worst.
I'm also curious though about the other Y series units, because they never show them, because Anchor is number 4 and Ryuzu is number 1. Who's 2 and 3? Is 2 and 3 Mary and Naoto? Maybe. Hey, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Could be, because they are not human at all.
Yeah. That seems like a twist that I could totally see him doing.
Yeah. It's totally gonna happen. But they're all sisters, so then Naoto is a girl.
Yeah.
Nailed it. But yeah, I know the wiki says he's human and all, but the wiki's based on the anime and back a bit, so if they reveal it might be like, oh, maybe we're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's the dumb scene at the end where Naoto gives Ryuzu the ring.
And it's like, what? You're gonna marry me, it's punishment. It's like,
yeah.
Let's not do that.
Yeah.
And she's like, fine. Just this one time, it's like, do you get married to the same person more than once? Like, I know you renew your vows, but you don't get married more than once.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like they tried to make a really cute and sweet scene, and
But
it's
they
like
made it
Naoto is just so terrible that it's like.
They made the scene really awkward and feel kind of like, I'm forcing you to marry me. It's really uncomfortable. I was like, I don't like you, Naoto. Please stop. Hello, Slavanus. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello.
So yeah, the marriage proposal thing happens, and she's like, it's like all my fault. I caused irreversible damage to the one who will save the world with those hands. It's like irreversible. Like, wasn't it just burns? Like,
yeah.
And like they obviously don't seem to be hurting wrapped up, and he can just move them fine. So it doesn't seem like it burned that badly.
Yeah, he seems totally fine.
Yeah, so I don't know about that, but you take the wrapping off, maybe it's robot skin, because he's a damn robot. He's a Y series.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm just gonna keep saying that until it happens, because I know it's going to. If it doesn't, like, damn, the show had me. I have my jimmies rustled at that point. I've been had. But yeah, so that's that episode. Two more left. 2 more left, and then season 2. No.
Oh no.
No. Dude, I'd watch a season 2. I'd do it.
Oh, I would consider it, and then probably not do it.
I'd maybe just do it as a marathon, not week by week.
Yeah. That would probably be a lot better to do than watching it week to week like this.
Yeah. Before we go on to the next one, Sylvanus is
Mm-hmm.
asking about Attack on Titan. Caught up on the manga and caught up on the anime. Why did the other person have strong feelings for the anime? I assume that means you. And why do you have strong feelings on the anime?
Oh well, so
I guess
Attack on Titan, it's like I really like the overall story of the show and like that world they've made. So it's just a really intriguing show that I want to keep watching, but everything else about it is kind of terrible. But yeah, the core concept of it and the plot is really cool. So that's kind of it.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know what else to say.
I don't know what episode I talked about that on. It was a couple episodes ago, but yeah. So yeah, the other book club show for this week is Jing.
Jing. And once again, we start off on a rail car. 2 episodes in a
Again.
row.
Yeah.
It's a new record.
Yeah.
So he's looking at that gem at the beginning. Like, are we finally gonna learn about it? The answer is no, but maybe kind of. Maybe kind of.
Yeah.
So they pull up to Silent Hill because they took the wrong train and they meant to go to the beach, and they're like, all right, what we do now?
Yeah.
Where's the cult? I know there's always a cult here. So
Yeah.
yeah, they wander around Silent Hill for a while and find chocolate trees, which are amazing.
Yeah.
Chocolate trees need to be real.
Yeah, that would be
I mean,
so
they
good.
are. It's a cocoa tree. It literally is real, but
Yeah.
just fully formed chocolate bars on trees.
Oh, that'd be so good.
And yeah, so it's a
In terms
Porvora
of-
episode. The Porvora are back. It's like the only returning character besides Moomin Rider, who actually we actually see him at we see Pastino at the very beginning on his bike, but he doesn't have a single line this episode. He just drives off.
Yeah.
I think it's the first episode he doesn't have a line.
I think you're right. Yeah. He just shows up and then leaves, and see ya. But
Yeah.
so it's a Porvora, which I want to say they're really cute. Porvora are.
We meet the Jingle of the week, which is a Porvora.
Yeah. Jing's new girlfriend, the Porvora.
The Porvora. My exploding girlfriend. Oh my god, that sounds like like one of those light novel titles. Like, I can't believe my girlfriend can explode, or like me and my life with my I can't say I was gonna say self-destructive. I was trying to make it like more ridiculous, but that just sounds like she's on a downward spiral, and that doesn't work.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I can't believe my little Furby girlfriend can explode. But yeah, so they just find the Porvora, and then they're like, let's follow them. Let's go. And so the Porvora apparently can wander wherever, but then it's later on kind of shown like, oh no, they don't wander wherever, they live here. It's like, why did they wander so far away?
I don't know.
Many questions. Many questions.
Yeah.
So they show up at the tower, which looks like it could be a spaceship.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe.
Something.
And they meet the girl who's looking after them. Elixir, I think her name is.
Yeah.
And she's just like, my children, my Porvora, I love you so much. Da, da, da. And that's about it. That's like the next 10 minutes of this episode is just her talking about how much she loves the Porvora. And then Granny Squad 2K17 shows up.
Yeah. With some great names like Sweet and Bitter.
Yeah, it's because there's all the chocolate in the episode. Oh, like they're always eating the chocolate too. Oh, we nailed it. We figure out. And then this episode was really weird. It did not seem coherent at all. Is this one that was actually in the manga?
No, this is a filler.
Okay, that explains a lot.
Yeah.
They just wanted more Porvora.
Yeah, the whole thing feels super thrown together. Just like, we need something.
Okay, so not even going through this full episode all the way, I need to ask.
Yeah.
Are the Porvora aliens or like robots or something? Like, I don't get how this works. Like, it's not explained. There's like an alpha Porvora and stuff, and there's like.
think so. I don't think it's explained in the books at all, but I think in this episode they're trying to suggest that like this place they're at is a factory.
That creates Porvora?
Yeah, I guess that was like some secret government project, and that's why there's the self-destruct mechanism in it. I don't know. It's really weird and explained super poorly.
Yeah, and they did the whole thing with, oh, Elixir's actually like a robot girl that controls it and then goes into a crystal stasis for some reason, which I'm like, is this what they're saying, like his hand crystal is? Is it like a crystal stasis because the woman is like a robot thing? But then I'm like, if it's not from the manga, they're just making shit up. Like, it's not related at all. It's just like some weird red herring they threw in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so actually going through the Porvora sleep in this place like honeybees or something. She's like, we have to keep this secret and keep the Porvora secret, even though the Porvora are apparently all over the world and being used in mining atrocities. Overproduced a bit, I think. But
yeah, that's weird.
I also don't get that door can never open, and then it opens and it's just a music box and it's like, well, time to self-destruct. It's like, this is our dark secret.
Yeah.
It's like,
that was...
what? Like, there was absolutely no explanation for anything. This episode made no sense.
Yeah, I feel like this episode was a lot more questions than answers. It was just, nothing makes any sense. Everything just happens.
It was just nonsense. It's like, well, the Porvora have to sleep. I'm going to take him into sleep. They go into sleep. Then suddenly, like, 100 appear in hula skirts dancing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, this doesn't make... There's no reason for this scene. There's absolutely nothing here that makes sense.
Yeah, it's complete nonsense.
Yeah. It's pretty bad.
Yeah. So the bad people from before sneak in.
Yeah, they're like,
they show up
pew,
again.
pew, 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 pew. We're gonna get into our room because there's military secrets and we'll have the power of the world. JK, it's a music box.
Yeah.
And then they get beaten up, and it's like, oh shit, self-destruct sequence. Why?
Yeah. It's like they show up and open the door and then just leave because they got scared of the self-destruct. And it's like, oh, well, that's an arc for those characters to take. Yeah.
Yeah. There's like, and then Elixir's like, oh no, they opened the music box. Guess I'm gonna blow myself up. Goes into a crystal for all of eternity. It's like, why?
What? Yeah.
Question mark. It's like she's gonna look after the Porvora. She can't really in a crystal stasis. And again, even if you destroy the bridge, so it's like a trapped island, there were other things on that island. Like, the bridge she destroyed is the one they cross over on the train in the beginning. There's other trains on the island. There are apparently other people who work on that island, so...
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I think the trains, I think the trains were supposed to be what was making all the fog at the start.
Yeah, I think so.
Because when the goon squad blew up the trains when they first showed up, they were like, oh, the smoke is gone now. So I guess that's, but they never, it's like there was so much here that they just kind of hint at but never really say anything about.
Who is driving the trains? Why was there suddenly a bunch of, like, toy guardsmen that shoot lasers?
Yeah.
And, like, battleships that shoot lasers. Like, it just... It didn't
it's like they were trying to match the weird and wacky style of the manga and just failed at it.
It's really funny. It's really funny that you can tell when it's an original filler episode by if they take like a cart, like the train carts, the whatever rail systems, the trams. It's like, oh, this one's a filler. 2 in a row. Let's go. So yeah. 3 episodes left of that. I'm not sure how we want to do it. If we want to do just 1 next week and then 2 the week after. Maybe.
Yeah, I would think probably that. Since it's a 3-parter, may as well get the last 2 parts in one go.
And I'm not sure if maybe we want to watch the OVA and talk about it next week as just like a special add-on to our other stuff.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Because I would be interested in seeing the OVA, at least getting the full experience.
Yeah. I think the OVA it's definitely my favorite part. It's based on my favorite part of the books, so
okay.
Hopefully it's a good execution of that, but
yeah,
we'll
hopefully
see.
it was done by someone else. Let me just... I'm actually going to check that out. Who directed this? Campbell Charles, what?
What?
Oh, no, that's the ADR director that's for dubbing. He produced it though.
Wow.
So it's produced. Direction storyboard Watanabe Hiroshi. And Studio Dean. And it's Watanabe, Hiroshi, and Studio Dean. So it's the same people, so there's a chance this will be really bad as well. This came out in 2004, though, and the original was 2002, so maybe after 2 years, got a bit better.
Yeah, maybe.
How many episodes is this? 3 episodes? Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
It has a 7.4 rating compared to the main show's 7.3. How does it have 7.3? Oh boy. I don't trust these ratings, but...
Yeah. Well, it's
we'll check
0.1 better, yeah.
Yeah, it's point... it's 0.07 better.
All right, well,
Oh,
something to look forward to.
Yeah, yeah. Definitely looking for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's those shows for now.
Yeah, that's a shame.
It's ranked better than Clockwork Planet.
Well, that's good.
I think that's a little... Clockwork Planet is 6.22. I think that's actually pretty fair for Clockwork Planet, but I feel like Jing should probably be around the same, if not lower. Like,
I would put Jing slightly higher than Clockwork Planet.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like around 6.5, around 6. Like,
yeah,
I mean, like, I'm not counting points, right? I would just say they'd both be around 6. Although I actually put Jing at 5, and Clockwork Planet at 6. But
I think I would probably have them reversed, but
I haven't changed it since when they first had that first arc of Clockwork Planet that actually had plot and was actually decent. That's when it got the 6. It might be dropping to a 5 with Jing.
Yeah.
Or I might bring Jing up depending on the last few episodes. We'll have to see. Because I also set that as 5 when we had the first few episodes, which were really, really bad.
Yeah.
Like the pirate ship episode.
Oh yeah, that's right. I blocked that out of my mind. Apparently.
The pirate ship episode. No. Why? But yeah, so hopefully not gonna have as much awkwardness in the next episode. So, like,
yeah, hopefully.
I think the last 3 episodes are all one plot, one arc, so it might be really good. We'll see.
Yeah.
It might only be the last 2. I can't remember.
The last are all one thing. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, moving on from that, we have questions again. Always questions. These are from Necro, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Always questions from Necro. Need a bit more. Okay, yeah, so what's crack-a-lackin'? Hope y'all had a good week. I know this is extremely late, but here's some questions for the show. Have you watched any long-running series, 100-plus episodes? They take a lot of dedication to watch. Short series are so nice and achievable. I don't watch a lot, but I've watched a few. Like, I marathoned Hunter x Hunter so hard. I love that series. I can actually go and see, like, how many episodes. How many episodes does this show have that I've watched? Yeah, Hunter x Hunter is the only one I've finished over 100. I watched 73 of the first Fairy Tail series.
Oh.
And then Naruto I watched like 78 of as a kid and then dropped it. But yeah, besides those 2, everything's just kind of around 70. Like Cardcaptor Sakura, Shaman King has 60, World Trigger has 73. I don't normally get up over... I've watched a lot around 50, but I don't usually get up over 100.
Yeah.
I was just never into the Super Shonen Battle series.
Yeah, when I was younger, I watched like Dragon Ball Z, and that was... I think I watched over 100 episodes of that, but I honestly don't know how many. But since then, I haven't really gotten into a really big, long series like that. I think the closest is Maria-sama ga Miteru, which is a really nice Yuri show. And like with the 4 seasons of it and all the specials, there's probably 60 or 70 episodes of that, I think.
Yeah.
Or maybe not even that many, but that's as close as I get to long series.
Yeah, that's kind of the same with Yowamushi Pedal I'm watching. Like, the current season has 25 episodes, I've seen 22 of it. There's a movie I haven't watched, I need to. But the previous season before had 24 episodes, so that's around 50. And then the first season had, I think, 36, 38, so it's around, like, 80 plus. It's like...
Okay.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of, like, shonen battle manga, which is usually the long-running ones. Oh no, whatever.
Yeah.
Like I never really got super into Naruto and Bleach and stuff. I did like Inuyasha, and I do want to finish that sometime. I've only seen like the first 2 seasons or so.
Yeah.
First 54 episodes. But yeah, I generally don't go for super long series. The longest I go for are usually like Gundam series are like 50.
Yeah, I'm looking at my list, and the next longest thing was Nana, which was 47 episodes, and should have only been half as long because the first half is good, the second half isn't.
Isn't that because they made up the second half?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about the original manga for it.
Me neither. So.
But if you told me they made up the second half, I'd believe you. That seems very likely with how that show went.
Trying to think of more series I've watched for long. I guess like Nanoha has a bunch of seasons, so I've only seen a few of them. Oh, DRR. DR is actually really long with all of its seasons. The first one has 24 episodes, which I've seen, and I saw the second season, which has 12, but then there's like 3 more second seasons are all 12, so it's like a 48 second season or something. It might only be 3 and only be 36. Yeah, it's only 3, so yeah, it's 36 plus 24. So it's 80. Which I need to catch up and finish that. I love that series so much, but I don't know why I couldn't get as much into the sequels. I think it might be because of how long it was before they came out.
Yeah.
But I do need to go back and do that. I've been reading the manga and getting like the arc, like the manga of the arc. So I'm still trying to stay caught up. I want to read the light novels too, but I really need to get back into that. So yeah. If you could have a superpower, what would you pick? I'd take invisibility or shapeshifting. I think they'd make life a bit easier.
I don't know. I never have a good answer for this question.
I had a really good one for a long time, but I can't remember it for the life of me.
Oh.
It was like...
I would only want like really lame powers, but those are boring.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I mean, shape-shifting's cool, but I mean, so that feels too like obvious for what I'd want. Like, teleportation would be cool.
Yeah, that would be pretty good.
You could, like, your friend is sad. Ta-da! I'm here to give you hugs. and I brought you Pop-Tarts and stuff. Like,
that'd be good. And you would never be late for anything ever again.
Yeah, but as long as there's like, it'd need to be teleportation with the idea that if you teleport into something, it just shoots you out. Like, you don't get stuck in it and die. And you can't teleport into people. Something like that. Invisibility would be cool. I'd maybe count that the same as like transforming though. Maybe just changing like how people see where you are, so it's like you can just make people not see you.
Yeah.
Trying to think. There's like so many people that go for like the omnipotent, like, oh, I'm a god, or I can do this or that, but like that just takes away all challenge. There's nothing interesting anymore.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a harder one to think about.
Yeah.
I really like in My Hero Academia, there's a character whose power is actually like that phase through things. But he can make it so he, like, when he uses it, he just starts dropping into the floor and like phase into the floor, but when he releases it, it shoots him out. So he can use it to essentially teleport, because he drops into the floor at an angle and then releases it and like shoots him out at that angle, and it's like really, like, for him to figure out how to use his power that way is really cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, and that stuff is pretty cool. There's also a girl in there who can shapeshift, which is, the way she does it is super cool. I don't want to spoil who does it or how, but it's like, that character is so good. But yeah, I think I'd probably go with teleportation for now, just because it'd be super, super handy.
I'd probably actually go with that too. I can't think of anything better. It'd be a good power to have.
I had a good power that was, I can't remember, and it makes me sad because I had answered it with it once, and people are like, "Damn!" I'm like, "Yeah." I remember there's a power on Tumblr. It's like if I punch the air, like a Nazi gets punched somewhere in the world. Or so
That's a
there's
good
like
one.
if I really don't like someone, I can just like punch the air and I'll hit them. So you could just like start punching bag and like Trump or someone would start like going flying.
That would be pretty good.
It's like apologies for if it's an incorrect term. Voodoo punches, like they're
Yeah.
like voodoo doll take control. I know voodoo's probably not actually that at all but
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so if you could have a mediocre superpower, what would you pick? Just kind of like lame things.
Mm.
I'd take the ability to never have an accident, spilling stuff sucks, or never having to use a bathroom. I wouldn't like the bathroom one, because like if you ate stuff and stuff, it'd just pile up, so even if you didn't go, you'd like, depending on how it works, it might just all sit in you and like build up.
Oh yeah. I would want the power to be able to create a fruit once a day. Any fruit I choose. So if I'm like hungry, I can just say, "Oh, I want an orange," and just pull an orange out of my pocket. I would want that power.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm seeing. I've seen that power probability thing before, where it's like you can change the probability to anything. I don't like that. That's one of the God moding ones where it's like, is
Yeah.
this person going to like me? I'll change the probability to 100%. Like you lose any actual like conflict in life, and you just get everything too easy, and it's like, it's
Yeah.
just kind of, It's
Yeah.
like life becomes boring at that point. That's why I'm against omnipotent powers and stuff. Lame
Yeah.
superpower. The ability to always get the right size no matter what I order online for clothing.
oh, that would be perfect.
Or like if I just grab something off a rack, it's like it'll be the right size every time.
Mhm.
Ooh, that I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that is. So the third part to Necro's questions, or fourth, is now that you've chosen your superpowers, you're placed in the anime land. What kind of anime are you in?
Well, the teleportation one.
Yeah.
See, I'd like it to be like, oh, if I had both of those powers, no. If I was in like some shonen or like Yuri or Shoujo, and it's like so, it'd just be like they're sad, they broke off with me. I'd be like show up, I'm like, I'm here for hugs and taking you fucking shopping. Everything's gonna fit. It'll be perfect. Let's go.
Yeah, I feel like teleportation would definitely work better for like the slice of life or Yuri.
Yeah, but it's because
slice
you
of
have
shows.
the option to 100% it every time, and like, like you just having the ability to do it, you're going to eventually when you get frustrated. It's like, But yeah, so yeah, slice of life or stuff. It'd be cool to just teleport around like, I'm here to help you,
Yeah.
my friend. I wouldn't mind like some sort of battle thing if it wasn't like super bloody and people dying. If it was like kind of one where it's like the first season of Ruby.
Yeah, that was.
The first
Oh.
season, yeah.
Yeah.
Be pretty good teleporting around, fighting by teleporting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just the fact that you do fully control it. Even if you're making it less control, you still fully control it. Especially because most things aren't actually like 20%. It's like 0.5%, 0.00001% chance. It's just like having that. It's like, as they say, power like corrupts, right? Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Just having it after long enough, you're like, I can do like 100% chance I'm not gonna age anymore or die. I'm gonna do 100% chance that this happens, and you start doing that. It's like trying to help people, like 100% chance think they're happy today, and then they're like freakishly happy and fucked up, and it's like, yeah. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's too abusable. I don't want anything abusable.
Yeah.
Teleportation's kind of pushing it, but
Yeah.
yeah, so oh yeah, continuing from the anime you're in, because we didn't read the next fight. Just a short plot description. Powers you proven buff. I'd probably end up in a shonen fighting tournament anime where I shapeshift into everyday objects to avoid fighting, but the main characters keep using me as a weapon, and I'm never seen using the bathroom, and that kind of bugs people, so it gets its own episode. I'm a lame side character of my own anime. That actually would be fun. You like turn into a chair to hide, and someone takes the chair and smacks over the chair. It's like, damn it. That reminds me.
That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I think there's a guy in one of the Harry Potter movies that does that. He like turns into a chair to hide. Yeah, that's pretty silly. I do like the idea of like being able to like, I don't know, maybe regeneration would be cool. Not really because of the pain.
Oh yeah.
Maybe something where it's like though. It's like, well, I don't really need my body to work to be alive, so it's like your heart can just randomly stop and you can sit there not blinking for hours, and people are just like, what the fuck's wrong with him? And then you just get up and walk away. They're like, oh my god.
Yeah, having like regeneration or something, but not having the pain to go with it would be good.
Yeah, but then you get self-destructive because it's like you don't have that barrier stopping you anymore.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Superpowers are hard because like you always come up with something. It's like, oh yeah, that seems good, and then you think about it more and like, oh, actually that wouldn't be good. Oh.
Yeah. He doesn't experience pain when he regenerates, but he does when he gets the injuries he needs to regenerate. That's the thing.
Oh yeah, Piccolo.
And Piccolo's also an asshole. Kind of. Not really. He's not as bad as Gohan's dad. He's not as bad as Goku.
Yeah.
He's the big green uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
I think that's about all we got for this week.
Yeah, I think so. So yeah.
Ew, Centaur actually airs on Sundays? That's awkward.
Oh,
so
yeah, that is.
And it's
We'll
like
figure something
2
out.
weeks after Clockwork Planet ends. Maybe that's when we'll fit in the Jing OVAs.
Yeah. We'll figure something out. Yeah. Depending on like what time Centaur airs on Sundays.
Yeah.
Whether it'll be in time for the episode or not. So
yeah, if it's
we might have
really early.
Yeah.
Well, if it's Sundays in Japan, that's like Saturday night here, right?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Worst case scenario, we just like do a delay at a week, so we have 2 weeks in between the end of Clockwork and the start of Centaur.
Yeah.
But,
well, we can always fit the Jing thing in, and we can probably like find some other OVA or movie to watch.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah. We'll
Do Jing well, we
figure
can
it out.
Yep.
Alright, so yeah, I think that's it for this week. Thank you
Yeah, I
all
think so.
for watching. Thank you for the questions again, Necro. If anyone else wants to send them to us, you can message one of us on Twitter or somewhere, or send me over my Curious Cat. Just mention that it's
for the podcast.
yeah, because if other questions show up, I'm going to just be like replying to them. But there are options. You can contact us, let us know. You can also send YouTube comments. I'll hopefully see those, and yeah, so thank you again for watching. We're almost at the end of this season. We're almost there.
Almost. We've almost made it.
2 more. Yeah, so yeah, have a great day, everyone, and see you later.
See ya.